Hello, my name is Mordred Viking, and I'd like to welcome you to episode 4 of this Let's Play Europa Universalis IV, where we are playing with Dharma as Gelre. We are currently fighting against Friesland and Scotland, because I want Friesland. We are sieging them down. We're waiting basically for the war score to tick up, because they are not accepting this deal, but they are pretty darn close. Here comes Scotland again. As soon as you are locked in... How are you not locked in? You arrive on the 31st of March. That's not far from now. We're going to start moving towards Groningen so that we can get to Friesland on time. They offload really quickly. Crikey. And they're attacking with 9,000 against my 9,000. They arrive in 4 days. That's a fort though. We'll be on the defensive, but we're not going to catch them as they're offloading, which is very annoying. Liège, what are you doing? You're trying to leave again. You are not confident about your chances of winning this fight. And I suspect as soon as this fight is won... Scotland... No, they're not going to peace out this. They still think that their military is that much stronger. Well, actually, they're going to be down to just 800 men after this. If I win. How's your general? A 2-2-2-3. He is better than my general. I'm wondering if we want to spend a little bit of power to get a better general. What's your tech? You're at tech 4. I'm still on tech 5. But... I don't want to change my unit type right now. I want to do that once I've won this fight. Oh, they declared war on Cleves. No, that's bad. Damn it. Okay, we're beating the Scottish. The more of them that die, the better. Oh, no, I'm losing 400 men. That's good. That's good. Yeah, they still have that -2, which is... Why do they have -2? Do they still get that even if they just land on top of a fort? That's interesting. Ooh, that was a bad roll. Come on. Thank you. You're retreating to Groningen? Oh, GG. GG. They're about to lose their army. Although they did get a tick for the month. But their morale is so low that they are about to die here. It's just too bad that I couldn't quite kill them. And their fleet's still here, so they can still retreat to it if we don't kill them fast enough. It doesn't look like we will. Yeah, they're not running yet. Oh, nope, they are going to run to Meppen, and then they will die. And then maybe I can peace out Scotland, though we're not going to have the war score against them to take anything. I basically just want them to peace out. Alright, Scotland are on medium. Scotland, are you going to accept just a white peace? Usually you have to wait until they're low for that. No. But we're at 70%. You're now going to accept this. Excellent. So we are going to get Friesland as a vassal. We're going to get 60 ducats for my efforts. It cost me a little bit of diplo, but that's fine. A little bit of aggressive expansion, but nobody seems to care. Marvellous. I'm over my limits, but that's fine. So we need to, as a matter of some urgency, improve our relations with them. We can also select the new unit type. So, manpower has not been a huge problem for us, so I'm not thinking that we need men-at-arms necessarily. Neither do we have the morale to really get away with Galogleich, because you need to have high morale for that one to really work. I think longbows make sense. We're going to take the extra damage to them, and we'll have the same morale resist as men-at-arms. I'm not expecting to be, like, fighting constantly. Says the guy who's been fighting constantly. Utrecht are no longer a valid rival. That's disappointing. Burgundy, however, are... I think I'm going to choose Provence just to see if I can get... Yeah, rid of that. Good. We are also going to go ahead and grab the admin tech, so that we can stay ahead of time. And now I'm going to start just pumping these points into those. We're going to save money so that we can start building buildings. Alright. So, Idea groups. We'll have a look at that in a minute. I need to see if there's anything I can do to make you slightly more loyal. I could pay off your debt. That would certainly do it. There we go. Job's done. Job's done. So I'm going to keep a person permanently on Liège. I'm going to keep a person permanently on you. And that should be enough to keep you pretty chill. Come on. Oh, we're on speed 2. Improve relations. Yes. Cool. The truce with Klebs has ended. I would love to go to war with you. I'm going to decline that offer. I'm sorry. No, I cannot afford to do that. Taking the land directly would certainly be the way to do it, but then I'd need to deal with unlawful territory, and I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to stop paying the armies. I'll actually just go and stand in Friesland, actually. It's probably slightly safer because there are no enemy units like directly next to us. We're also going to grab our trade ships and send them off to protect trade once more in the English Channel. And we'll call you transports. We'll call you English Channel. We'll give you the Admiral, though it's only a level 1 maneuver, but that's still a little bit of a bonus, so that's fine. And then the other thing, which I don't usually do, but I think that we should, is we're going to actually call this after one of my patrons. Or a Twitch sub. Because I realise that these names always hang around, I think. Well, if they don't, then tough. We will name an army after somebody. So this is E4 GEL. Cool. This is going to be... I'm going to call this Gelre Slurpee. Should actually be Gross Commander Slurpee, but that's a little bit too long, I think. So Gelre Slurpee, I think makes sense. Gelre being Dutch for army. Cool. That's some big fights going on, which they are winning. Poland has ended the Peasants' War. Well done to Poland. Congratulations. Out of interest, what is the next level? Bureaucracy. So we can either get a reform which is a minus 0.05 monthly autonomy, or +2 promoted cultures. We're actually in a pretty homogenous area, so I'm not sure we'll need the decentralized bureaucracy. Autonomy change is quite a nice choice, though. The other thing that we could actually do is see if we can get rid of the Burghers here. They've done their job. We're going to wait until we've actually rebuilt our army to maximum strength, and we should actually pay the army a bit of maintenance while we are doing so. Let's go full maintenance. We'll start you drilling. We'll get a little bit of drill. Can't do that until we're in unfriendly territory. That's a little bit dangerous. Liège, I'm going to maintain my diplomat with you. 179. I need to get you to 190, and then I can start thinking about annexing Liège. And that will get around all of the unlawful territory issues, so that would be really quite nice. This is costing me money, but that's fine. And my force limit has gone up by another. Do I want another cavalry? No, I think I want another longbowman. And I'm going to go ahead and recruit him. Like, we need to keep as big an army compared to our minions as is possible at this stage. The bigger your army, the more powerful you look compared to them, and the less of a liberty desire penalty they accrue against you. Oh dear, my king just died, and we did not change him for a better one. We were doing so well with the monarch points too. That's very unfortunate. And we now no longer have a leader here, so let's go ahead and give him military command. He's actually a pretty good commander. Level 2 siege, level 4 maneuver, so we're probably not going to need to worry about river crossings and things. Also, a thing which I didn't realise, and that was mentioned in the Dev Clash, is the better your leader maneuver, the more reinforcement rate you get. Where's that mentioned? Oh, there's your looting rate. Aha. I wonder if that's on Mayo or not. Where is reinforcement rate? That's professionalism. That's morale. That's drill. It's not morale recovery, is it? Nope. Oh, yeah, it's just hovering over this. No, it's not. I know it's mentioned somewhere. I'm just not sure where. Oh, right. Provincial unrest reduction. So, armies and uprisings and stuff like that now works in a different way. So the autonomous rebel suppression is still them running around killing rebels, but wherever you position your army, they will automatically reduce unrest. Unrest reduction for this unit standing in province minus 6.2. 2.6. Unrest can never be reduced by more than 5. Unrest suppression does work in a different way, I just don't entirely remember how. We have no rebels, so I can't double check it. But I think it is something to do with where your armies are stationed. Like they have a suppression value. There's the reinforce rate. We're at maximum reinforcement, so it's not showing any bonuses. But I'm fairly sure the better your maneuver, the more reinforce rate you get. Anyway, we're at full strength. We could start drilling again. No, because I want to build stuff. So we're going to reduce you to 0 and we're going to move you back to Friesland. I think that's a fairly reasonable thing to do. We are currently losing sailors every month. Are we over my limit? No, we're actually under it. Which suggests that we need to build a sailor building. Or we could just get rid of the transports. Are we actually likely to need them? We can certainly mothball them. I think I'm actually just going to go ahead and disband. I'm not going to build any other ships yet because I don't think that the early trading ships are really worth it. That'll do. Cleves is no longer a rival. I have too few rivals. That's very annoying. I could choose Cologne. Cologne are actually really big now. And you're friendly. They desire Upper Guelders though. That's going to be causing issues between us. And I'm allied to both of your rivals. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rival you. Sorry, old friend. Cologne it is. Lots of battles going on. None that I really want to get involved with. I really need to work on reducing their overextension. Now, Liège. Liège are a pretty good fighting nation, right? Right. Because they have that plus 10 morale. I'm wondering if I wish to turn you into a march. Marches get bonuses to things like morale, so he would be even better at fighting. And we could just rely on Liègean military might to win me the wars. Although I'm really just kind of relying on just sheer weight of numbers. Nah, we'll hold off. Let's see if we can do anything with the estates. Trade. We can recruit the minister. No, not minister. I was thinking of demand flow support. Nothing to do with the clergy. Levies and a minister. Nothing to do with you either. The thing we were considering was stripping you of the burghers. The burghers right now are doing what exactly? Hovering over this told me what they do. Yeah, that's just local trade power plus 50%. They don't have autonomy penalties on local production, local trade power, naval force limit, or local sailors. But I would kind of like to have the manpower and the taxes from here. I mean, you are stealing 25% of my taxes right now. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to start raising morale. We're going to sit on Upper Guelders and we're going to strip you of your territories. We'll get rid of that 25 autonomy. Plus, that will also make the reforms go quicker. So there is that too. But we will wait until we're at full strength. Definitely. And hopefully if we're fighting rebels, then these guys will run in. Foreign inventor. A brilliant Cleven inventor from Cleves has come to seek out patronage after falling out with the duchy. Caspar Holler has been described by some as one of the greatest minds of the age, producing many mechanical and chemical inventions beyond the understanding of most others. So we can gain prestige. And they like us more. Don't really care. Or we can gain innovativeness. You know what? We'll take the innovativeness. I'm not entirely convinced that we can hold on to it, considering how brutal the technology penalties of this area are. Okay, I think we're at full. So let's go ahead and strip you of the Burkers. You did not rise up. Excellent. The Burkers really did not like that, though. I don't really care. Alright, let's drop the army maintenance and send you back home. It's not a trade area. It's not even an estuary. Right, so trade things. You can see here Flanders is a level 1 centre of trade. It's just a natural harbour right now, but it can be upgraded into a proper centre of trade. That is done with this button here. And then Antwerp starts out as a level 2, so it's an entrepot. So the level 1, if we hover over Flanders, we can see natural harbour, +5 local trade power. However, if you upgrade it to an entrepot, then it gains -5% local development cost, -10% local trade power, and also +10 institution spread. And then you can upgrade it again to a level 3 for even bigger bonuses. Then the trade company stuff in India, which we can't look at right now, work on a similar way. So you can basically build special buildings in the trade company provinces, which will give you bonuses, will give the neighbouring provinces bonuses. But the higher up you build them, the more bonuses you get and the less your provinces get, and you actually start to piss them off. That's like the trade company spiraling out of control and like getting more invested in that area at the expense and exploitation of those around them. It's kind of interesting. So the Indian powers basically want the lower level trade companies, but they don't want the higher level ones. You basically don't want to let them get entrenched as an Indian power. Okay, so we're at 91, which I think was what we needed to build a church. So we can do that, or we could build the marketplace. Now, I think we do want the churches right now. That plus 0.2 taxes a month is going to pay off big time. And 0.2 is good. It's a good payoff. We don't have any loans, which is nice. So how's the Great Power list looking? Because I've seen Austria jumping in and off. So Austria and England are fighting over 8th place. Vijayanagar is 7th. That's an Indian power. Lithuania in 6th. Muscovy in 5th. France is 4th. Mamluks are 3rd. Ottomans are 2nd. And then Mings 1st. Cool. How is the institution spreading? The institution is spreading pretty quickly. We have 4%. 4.5. 4.6. And who got it? Rome got it. Oh, the Pope got it. Interesting. Don't think I've ever seen that before. It's usually like Genoa or Florence or sometimes Milan. Don't think I've ever seen Rome get it. That's pretty cool. Disputed succession. Scotland has, and they have negative prestige, but he's really young. That's not going to pay off. Baden might. 54 years old. Cleves will cede Berg to Trier. Cleves will cede Cleve to Munster. Cleves will pay the Allies money. So Munster just grew. Somewhat disappointing because I wanted to take Cleves for myself, but I am allied to Munster, so that's not necessarily a huge problem. I can pass through their lands pretty much at will. And in fact, that's going to mean that I can cancel my access through Brabant. Though I will need a diplomat for that. And I just noticed that Liège is very high relations with us, so they may well actually accept integration. Yep, they will. I think we should probably do this. Let's start annexing them. And that would also make what's it called? Friesland like us more. I mean, Friesland is still dangerous. They're still over 50%. Let's say that you're all supportive. We're actually making a fair amount of money out of Liège. That's nice. Anyway, once we have integrated Liège, we will be able to start looking at others. Cleveland Separatists, 7,000. I mean, Cologne got their city back, so maybe Cleves will get theirs. It's possible. Weirder things have happened. And then I can go after that. Trier's going home. Yeah, Munster's left with just 3,000 men. Though they are training more. Manpower is recovering nicely. Good. I don't think we're doing terribly. These are the territories we own. We're up to 6 provinces now. Nobles demand old rights, so we lose 25 government reform progress or lose stability. I'd much rather lose the reform progress. Stability is expensive, especially as it's now back down to 0 because our king died. And prestige is normalising higher up because we have the lost tournament. That's how I have the extra morale, because we got the tournament. I remember now. Right, so how much have we improved relations with you? 166. We can go another 40. Brabant have already embraced the Renaissance. That's great, because they're adjacent to me, so that's going to spread even quicker to my territories. So Breda's going to get it, because they've already embraced it, so that place is going to grow like wildfire. Then so long as we maintain good relations with Brabant, it will spread to us really quickly. So, awesome. Thank you, Brabant. You're making my job easier. And Liège is being integrated pretty quickly. So who do we want to go to after Liège? Aachen? Utrecht? Utrecht is allied to England? Well, that complicates that slightly. House von Jülich-Hennebach. With the union of Adolf I and Hilda, we have gained not only a spouse, but also a new ally in the realm. The von Jülich-Hennebach is an old and influential family, and their seat in the Upper Gulders is the jewel of the duchy. To this everlasting friendship. 501. And Hilda's good. She's a 335. We have her as queen, please. That would be great. Where's Aachen? There's Aachen. You're only allied to Cologne. And I'm now rivals with Cologne, so attacking Aachen and going after Aachen and Köln could work. Though Köln would be Imperial territory, what I would need to do is split Cologne up again, because I doubt that I can vassalize all of this. I could definitely vassalize Aachen, though. Ah, but if I attack Aachen, then the Emperor is going to be called into... No, that wouldn't work. The citizens of Roermond have grown tired of the local influence. The greedy Liègian merchants that they claim are using unfair advantages to outcompete local businesses. They demand that we step in to limit the influence of the foreign traders in the area and reaffirm the privileges of our own merchants and artisans. So Liège gets a little ticked off with us, which is bad because we're currently in... No! Their relations with me don't matter anymore. Or we get outcompeted. So Upper Gulders is reliant on cloth, more than they are reliant on trade power. So I'd rather they took the unrest penalty, which they can easily swallow, and they make more money from production. Do it. That's fine. Cool. Burkers are disloyal, but they'll be loyal soon enough. You're at 49%. That's dangerous. If that hits 50%, then I can't integrate you anymore. So I kind of need to have somebody improving relations with Liège to keep that as high as possible. So we're going to stop doing it with you, and we're going to start doing it with you. Then hopefully that keeps them sweet. Sweet enough. I mean, we're balancing right on the edge here. We could spread some... we could spend some prestige if we absolutely had to, but I'd kind of prefer to avoid doing that if I could manage it. Okay, Upper Gulders is going to get their temple. You're going to stay in Liège. At what point do we get workshops? Level 6 admin. Okay. Still a ways away from that. Right, how's the institution spreading? 85%. Yeah, that's going to spread to us really quite quickly, which is great. Lithuania has a peasants' war. So Poland's had one, now Lithuania's got one. They are at least allied to each other. But that's unfortunate, because it's basically giving Muscovy just free reign to expand. Also, Galicia is being released from Poland. Poland is not having a good game. They did, however, manage to take Gdansk and Malbork. Not Königsberg, though. So we could still potentially see a Prussia. I don't think they have to have Gdansk. I think they can do it with Stolp. Simony, this is another chance to get money or papal influence. I'm going to take the cash. I don't really have the diplomats to send people to the Holy See to get the Catholic bonuses. Although the levy church tax would be quite nice, because we do have a pretty good tax base. We're earning 2.1 ducats a month at the moment from that. So how's Liège's? Oh dear, they're at 50. What can I do to improve relations? I think I'm going to have to spend the prestige on this. I was hoping I wouldn't have to. Could have done the scutage, I guess. No longer called to war, and if they're scutage, I think they get a -5 Liberty Desire. What's raising it? Just their power combined against us as Friesland builds more troops, I would assume. Oh, and they have the better Diplo tech. So as soon as I got the next level of Diplo, that would have cancelled. I still need to choose an idea group. Yeah, I was kind of looking at doing the technologies first, because we want to stay ahead of time if possible. But that does not stop us getting an idea. Economic ideas, usually a strong choice. Economic and quality would give us discipline. With naval would give us production and goods produced. Trade would give us trade efficiency and production efficiency. With offensive would give us artillery. With quantity would give us development and land force limits. That's tempting. Or if we went trade, because I'm fully expecting to have a large maritime nation. With Pluto, no, we're not that. We are, however, aristocratic, which would give us merchants and trade power abroad. Trade power abroad plus 30, that's significant. You know what? Trade and aristocratic is a good combo. Trade and economic is trade efficiency and production efficiency. Yeah, would we seen that one? Which, I mean, is solid. Trade and production is never something to sniff at. Quantity is 20% goods produced. That's a lot of goods. And we're in a very wealthy, like, cloth-producing area. So our goods are worth a lot. Banking system plus innovative, Defensive, Public Road Act. Trade plus offensive is trade efficiency and movement speed. You don't see many things which increase movement speed. Oh, hello. Trade plus fortified trading posts. Ship trade power plus 40%. And if you've seen any of my games in the past, you will know how much I rate trading ships later in the game. I use them heavily, and I use them aggressively. So having them increasing their ship trade power by 40% is huge. Ooh, yeah, trade and naval. I like it. Thank you very much, Paradox, for boosting naval ideas like they needed it. Merchants and caravan power with influence. Chance to capture ships with diplomatic. Interesting. Global naval engagement. Naval and exploration. So that basically means that 20% more of your ships will be shooting at the enemy at any time. That is extremely powerful, especially when you combine it with naval ideas, which gets that anyway. So it's basically 30% more of your ships are shooting at the bad guys. That makes your navy strength extremely potent. I think I'm going to go for trade. That seems to be gelling well with a lot of the things I want to do. Because we're going to be focusing heavily on trade because I want to get to India. The other one that we could look at would be expansion? Possibly exploration. Still think it's a little bit early for us to do exploration. Although the early colonist from... Hang on, where is it? Oh, there it is. The early colonist from exploration we could set to increasing development. We do have the development cost reduction. If we got economic, we'd get even more cost reduction. I do like my economic ideas. I think we're going to go trade. Trade's where we're going. So we could straight away get the plus 20% global trade power. But I want to hold off. I want to get the next level of this. I want to try and stay like as ahead as possible. Also, bearing in mind that if we're ahead of time in trade, we get plus 20% trade efficiency. Sorry. Ahead of time in Diplo, we get 20% trade efficiency, which is not to be sniffed at. And on the lovely note of sniffing, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. I do hope you're enjoying this series so far. If you are, be sure to hit that follow button so you get notifications when I'm live again in the future. If you haven't done so already, then do also consider subscribing, which in YouTube terms would help me get to my 10,000 goal by the end of the year. Do it, please, if you haven't done it already. Otherwise, if you haven't already checked me out on Twitch, do that as well. I will be streaming on Twitch as soon as I am able, which is probably already. Probably. What am I saying? Twitch stuff. Check out. Oh yeah, I have a Patreon. If you want to support the channel, check out my Patreon, or do consider subscribing on Twitch as well. That is a good way of allowing me to do this more for a living, which would be awesome, because I like playing games for a living. It's fun. Also, I have a Discord, which you can find linked in the description below, and links to all of this stuff is down there. That is where the community hangs out. They're a very cool bunch. They know an awful lot about games. So if you wish to come and join us and talk about games with us, because, you know, similar hobbies, same hobbies, please do. Always lovely to see more of you. Thank you very much for watching. I'll catch you guys next time. Bye.